That's a bit over the top. And it's just going. And 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 going. Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be reacting to Quagmire's dad from Family Guy. I've gotten a lot of criticism about me taking videos way too seriously. What do you expect? I'm analyzing media full of transphobia. Anyways, let's get started.
Guys, I got some great news. My dad's coming to visit.
Oh, hide the women! So we're finally gonna get to meet the man of 1,000 chicks.
Okay, so what they're talking about here is a very masculine way of talking. And for those of you who claim that gender is just about biology, really? No, it's not. This is an example of that. This is one of those things that make me very dysphoric before I transition. This idea of this hyper-masculine, sexualized conversation always made me very uncomfortable. Now I know why.
That's right. You think I've been with a lot of broads. My dad's had more pie than Kirstie Alley.
Oh, the objectification of women.
Hey, guys, come on in. Dad, they're here.
At ease, ladies. Hey, Glenn, you're not gonna give your dad an entrance?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Guys, watch this. Ha! That's my dad. No one dances like Lieutenant Commander Dan Quagmire. Dad, this is Joe and Peter.
Joe and Peter. Which one are you?
Peter, sir.
Look at you. You're a chow hound, aren't you, Pete? Don't want to get behind you in the mess hall, huh?
No, sir. No, you don't, sir.
Trying to set up here is that Glenn's dad is queer. Very over-the-top queer, but queer people like this do literally exist. So, yes, it's a bit stereotypical, but I'm a bit more liberal when it comes to stereotypical characters. It just becomes a problem when they're caricatures.
First, it's been a long trip. This sailor needs a Cosmo.
A Cosmo?
Let people drink whatever they want. Who cares whether it's masculine or feminine? Who cares?
Hey, it's gotta be 5 somewhere, right?
Okay, fine. I'll make you one. You tell a story.
He can be such a nudge. So anywho, I remember that day like it was yesterday. I'd gotten a haircut earlier that day, the first one I ever got over there that looked like anything. So all of a sudden, we get these orders. And of course, it's the day of all days I have to put on a helmet. I remember the sky was a majestic orange. The breeze was just warm enough that you could wear short sleeves, but, you know, not so warm that you break any kind of a sweat, because let me tell you, I do hate to perspire. So anyway, I just bit the bullet and put on my helmet.
Oh, sorry. That's my auto spell correct. But, yeah, he's super gay.
Okay, so this conversation they're having, there are two ways this can be interpreted. Either way, Joe and Peter are being homophobic. There is an air of judgment here that can't be escaped here. And the two ways of thinking about this are we supposed to sympathize with Peter and Joe, or are we supposed to laugh at them, like an Always Sunny in Philadelphia way? I think since they're the main characters, I'm going to lean more towards you're supposed to empathize with them, which is not an overall good look.
Hey, Peter, how you doing?
Hey, Quagmire. Is your dad around?
Oh, he's off at his Stitch club. I'm glad you stopped by, though. My dad wanted me to tell you he would be thrilled if you and Lois would join us as his guests at the Naval Ball.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hey, remember when we met him the other day and he danced for a while?
Yeah, that was so funny, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
God.
it wasn't funny.
He's
It wasn't
hilarious,
funny.
that guy.
It wasn't funny. It was gay.
What?
Yeah, I think that your father's gay.
Gay? we should all be so gay.
Quagmire, don't you see it?
See what? I'll tell you what I'm seeing. You're jealous.
Okay, outing someone can be extremely dangerous. There's a lot of homophobia and transphobia in this society, and some people can be violent. Now, I don't know if Glenn would be violent, but even still, it's inappropriate to out someone without their permission, especially if you're going off speculative information, because it's dangerous and you need to respect people's privacy. Also, why does Peter feel the need to have this conversation? What would fundamentally change if Quagmire's dad were gay? Would anything really change? Probably not.
Look at this, Dad. All these people came out just to honor you.
Oh, it feels good, son. I won't lie to you.
Dan Quagmire!
Wally, good to see you. This is my son, Glenn.
Nice to meet you, Glenn. You should be very proud of your dad.
Oh, I am, sir.
It was an honor to serve with him. Come on, Dan, let's get a drink. Ha, it's great to see you back in your element tonight, surrounded by seamen.
Seaman. See, Quagmire, I told you he's gay.
Shut up, Peter.
Hey, you Dan's boy?
That's right.
Your dad was very brave back in Southeast Asia. He flew supplies in where others wouldn't dare to go. I can't tell you how many loads your dad took when I served with him.
Huh?
Glenn, I wouldn't miss this night for the world. Everyone here admires your dad. He'd walk into an army barracks and make every private there feel important. Yeah, he just knew how to stroke those privates.
Oh, God.
Your dad was cock of the walk, Glenn. Every day at rifle training, he'd help me clean my butt.
Your dad once drank me under the table.
If there was one man you wanted in your hole, it was your dad.
Your dad had the best penis in the military.
Okay, just stop! Stop! Everybody stop! Dad? Are you gay?
What?
Are you gay, Dad?
Oh, Glenn, I'm not gay.
Just tell me the truth.
I am telling you the truth. Now calm down. You're ruining this ball. You know how much I love balls.
All right, come on now. That's not helping.
Son, you have my word. I am not gay.
You promise?
I promise.
All right. I believe you.
But I am a woman trapped in a man's body.
Okay, those are some good jokes, but we're really starting to get into the trans stuff.
And while I'm in Quahog, I plan to have a sex change operation.
Oh, come on. Just be gay.
Okay, a few things to point out here. One, Glenn has some clear transphobia to work through. Like, to a lot of people, being gay would be seen as preferable to being trans. That is transphobia. And as I pointed out in my first South Park reaction, no one gets gender affirmation surgery before they have fully socially transitioned. So, this is not what's realistic at all here. That she would have transitioned socially before going into all this. So, that's not realistic to the trans experience. And the heavy music just sells it. This is a problem.
You got a minute?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
It's about my dad. He wants to have a sex change operation.
Whoa, I knew he was gay. I didn't think he was that gay.
No, Peter, he's not gay. He's a woman stuck in a man's body.
That's better, I guess. Because gay people, unless you're trans as well, don't get gender affirmation surgery. People get that very confused. Sexual orientation is different than gender identity. Sexual orientation is who you want to go to bed with. Gender identity is who you go to bed as. They're different things. But we face the same discrimination, so that's why we're part of the same shared community.
Well, it's not.
Okay, so he wants to be a woman so he can be a lesbian?
No, he'd date men.
Gay.
Yeah, gay.
Okay, this is not the help I came over here for.
Well, look, let's just all agree that he's odd, huh?
He has an appointment Friday with Dr. Hartman to have the procedure, and he wants me to go with him. I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, I'm sure your friend Peter would be happy to come along for moral support.
All right, but look, here's the deal. Anything he lops off, we get to bring home for Brian.
Okay, there are several problems with just happened in this conversation. As I said, sexual orientation is different than gender identity. A trans woman who dates men is straight, because she's a woman. A trans woman who dates women is gay, because she's a woman. There are many sexual orientations beyond that, like bisexuality, pansexuality, asexuality. Everyone has a sexual orientation and a gender identity. Even if you don't think you have one, you certainly do. And on top of that, once you know someone is trans, you automatically respect their new name and pronouns. So they should be using she, her pronouns here. Even for someone who hasn't socially transitioned yet, you use the correct name and pronouns. There's also a lot of preparation to get these surgeries. You need at least a year of hair removal in the area, and it's good luck even finding a surgeon willing to do this, because it's a specialized training, and from what I'm aware of, Dr. Hartman seems to be a specialist in everything.
The procedure, and he wants me to go with him. I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, I'm sure your friend Peter would be happy to come along for moral support.
All right, but look, here's the deal.
It's good to be there for support.
Fun at the circus.
The circus is not how you put it. It's a major surgery.
Wonder how long it's gonna take.
I don't know. Hey, you know what we should do? We should put on some 80s music, and then like every few minutes have them come out of there as a different sex, and we'll go.
You don't change sex with these surgeries. You're changing the outward appearance of an element to your body, so that could be your face, genitals in this case, most likely. Again, no mention of hormones here, which is odd because that's an important part of the experience here.
This is not a joke, Peter, okay? They're cutting off his penis in there.
That's not how it works. They don't cut off the penis.
All right.
I mean, this is my dad we're talking about.
Okay. What are you gonna name it? Huh? What are you gonna name your he, she, father, mother?
Knock it off!
That's an offensive term for trans people. Don't use that. And trans people choose their own names. You don't choose a name for a trans person.
Wow, that thing was on there.
How is he, Doc? Is he all right?
No, I'm afraid not. But she's gonna be just fine.
That's a lot of blood for a surgery like this.
Oh my God.
And again, this episode has some similar issues to that South Park episode I reacted to, where in this episode, like, you can clearly see she has breasts, which would not be coming from a surgery like this. And on top of that, you do not socially transition when you get the surgery. Not all trans people get this surgery. This is not how the trans experience works at all. And if you think I'm overreacting, tell Dr. Mike he's overreacting if he gets upset.
What do you think, boys?
I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa!
I guess that's a positive reaction.
Okay, kids. Mr. Quagmire and his dad, his friend are coming over soon for dinner.
Now, this may be a little bit interesting to hear, but parental terms may or may not vary depending on if a parent transitions. That's an important question to ask them. So, she may want to be referred to as mother, father, or whatever name she chooses. But that's for them to decide.
So remember, Chris, no staring. And Meg, you know how it is to be different, so be very
Again,
nice.
there's also a long recovery for this surgery. It can take a year.
Well, hi, you guys. I'm so glad you could come over.
Everyone, I'd like you to meet Ida.
Ida.
Hello, everyone.
Great
Hello,
name.
Ida.
What's up?
I made a crumble.
Oh, how thoughtful. Throw it away in the outside.
I'm pretty sure that's transphobic.
Okay, you know what? Elephant in the room. I'll say it. So, Ida, you miss your penis?
Peter!
Thank you for asking it.
Jeez.
No, it's okay. It's a perfectly normal question. We can't sit here and just pretend everything's the same. It is a big transition for me, yes. But the answer is I still have it. They just turn it inside out to simulate a vagina.
That is accurate to the surgery. I mean, if they had known this, they probably could have learned something about hormones. I guess they just wanted to go for the shock value of surgery, but really, there's a lot of extra humor you can have with talking about socially transitioning, legally transitioning. They could have done jokes about clothing. They could have made jokes about choosing your own name. They could have made jokes about what it's like to legally change your name. They could have even made boob jokes. Seriously, they could have made boob jokes because you get boobs on HRT.
Come on, Dad. Not a bad option to have in the back pocket. So, Lois, what is this meal? Wow, it's so good.
Glenn's
Thank you,
very
Glenn.
uncomfortable.
It's nothing fancy, just chicken with rosemary. But I did put a lot of planning into the meal.
Yeah, we went down the list. Nothing with wieners, nuts, or grapes. Out of respect.
You can
Lois,
have all
you're
that
so
stuff. It's
put
not
together. Where
disrespectful.
do you buy your clothes?
Oh, how sweet. Well, I love Anne Klein.
Oh, I'll have to try them.
I like the outfit you have on.
Thank you, Meg. Who did your procedure?
Wow, you just burned your last friend in this room, lady.
That was kind
This
of rude.
corn is special.
So tell me about those knockers. Is that just like implants, or did they reassign some ass fat up there?
Good
Alright, I'm
question,
outta here.
Peter. And of course, Glenn's upset.
I wonder if I could push mine inside.
Oh my god, it worked! It's gone! I can't believe it! Oh no, it's back.
Trust me, a lot of us trans girls have tried that.
Well, that was quite a performance.
My performance? What about you? Golly, Lois, where do you shop? Gee, your house looks beautiful. Hey, I have an inside-out penis.
I never said their house looks beautiful, because frankly, it didn't.
My dad, talking about decorating in women's clothing?
This would have all come up during a social transition. No surgery was necessary for this. And this is a common thing a lot of us go through when we socially transition. I know similar things happen with me. No, I never served in the military, but there often is this reshaping of how people see you. And it's important when you have that time with people for them to process that and understand who you are. For as much as people like to say trans people are faking it, what actually is going on is we fake it before we transition. Before I transitioned, I was actively pretending to be male every minute of every day. And I hate it. But now, since I've transitioned, I don't have to worry about that. I'm just happy. And speaking of the military, a lot of trans women actually enlist before they transition as a sort of way of trying to man up or double up on their masculinity, as trying to run away from their femininity. But really, that doesn't work.
All I've talked about for years with these people is what a war hero you were.
And I was. I'm
And
changing
still
my
am.
future, not my past.
Oh, yeah? What about my future?
Women
Huh?
can be war heroes
I
too.
don't even know what to call you. My dad? My other mother? My friend who pees sitting down but can also palm a basketball?
What about Ida?
Oh, no, man, you know...
What's
this is
wrong
too
with
hard.
Ida? Okay, so far I think they're doing a better job than South Park in the sense of Ida doesn't seem to be a caricature to me. But yeah, it's still not
First,
great.
the seminar was terrific. I absorbed so much. And then I get back here last night, and I meet an incredible woman. You know, I've heard the phrase soulmate for years, and I never got it till last night.
Well, I've got a woman story for you that you're not gonna believe. Quagmire's father, decorated war hero, Lieutenant Commander Dan Quagmire,
Dead
is
naming.
now a woman.
You're kidding.
Nope, total sex change.
Oh, that is hysterical.
That's
I know,
not
huh?
hysterical.
Suck on that, Quagmire.
It's just a part of
it's
life.
Not settling with a Q-man all too well.
This sort of surgery should not be more trivial than a knee replacement.
Oh my God, what does it look like?
You know, not half bad. Nothing you'd look twice at, but not bad. Oh,
It sounds like he's
You know,
seen
that
the
is a tough
vagina.
road ahead. I mean, like, what do those people do as far as relationships and sex and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be a train wreck down there, right?
No. In fact, there's many studies out there to show that it's indistinguishable, assuming you have a competent surgeon, from a cis person's vagina. Also, the main purpose of these surgeries is for people to feel affirmed in their bodies. And yes, they are functional.
Just an absolute casserole of nonsense.
Is she over there right now? We should go take a look.
No, they had a fight. She's staying at the Marriott.
Oh, damn, I was just there.
Really?
Yeah, maybe I saw him in the lobby and didn't even know.
Her.
You'd know.
Oh, man, what do we call him now? We still
Her.
call him Dan?
No, and I'm not crazy about the name change.
What is it, like Danielle or Dana?
No, Ida.
Oh no. For sake. The vomiting. This is a real problem. This is not only transphobic by saying we are somehow worth vomiting over, but even if you're trying to base this on, oh, it's just jokes, it's just comedy. Well, it's lazy comedy, because this joke has been done over and over again in movies and TV shows. So really, get a better joke. That's a bit over the top. And it's just going. And 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 going.
Oh, what? What the hell? What's wrong with you? I had sex with her! What? I had sex with her at the Marriott! Oh, why? I didn't know it was her! Oh, my God! How does this happen? When they move to a new place, they're supposed to notify the neighborhood! That's how it works! He didn't actually move, he's just visiting!
That's what a sex offender is. Trans people aren't sex offenders. Regardless of where you live, you don't have to do that. It's unsafe for a lot of people to do that. So really, you don't need to do that. It's called living stealth. To be clear, living stealth does not mean you don't tell your partners, which I think is important. And if it was not established here, that's a problem. Consent is important. Not to mention, she can't have sex right after his surgery. It takes months to recover before you can even have sex.
Oh, Dad, I've been worried sick. Where have you been? Listen, I feel awful about the things I said last night. I was selfish.
Oh, you weren't selfish. I realize I put a lot on you. I was wrong to just assume that you would understand and be able to accept this. But trust me, I had been unhappy for a long, long time.
Wow. Well, all I want is for you to be happy. You're my dad. And if you're happy, I'm happy for you. I'm sorry, Dad. I love you.
It does take
I
trial
love
and
you too,
error
Glenn.
to make people comfortable. And it
Well,
takes time
sorry,
for people to
sorry.
become
Damn
comfortable.
thing can't tell the difference.
That's weird.
Oh dear. Okay, well, so now that we got all the mush out of the way, I have some news.
Tell me, tell me.
I met someone.
What, you did?
Oh my God, Glenn, he's amazing. I couldn't be happier.
Really? What's his name?
Now, if they want to subvert the transphobic joke they made earlier, they could have theoretically showed Glenn vomiting. Because, you know, he's disgusted by Brian. I don't know if that would make it any better, but, you know, it's something.
Where is he? Where is that self-centered, arrogant son of a bitch? Get out of there, you dirty little bastard! You're dead!
Of course, violence, because, man, that was a joke to all the people who take that seriously.
If I ever see you anywhere near my house, I'll blow your head off! Now lay there and die, you piece of crap!
Hey. I your dad.
Well, that was an ending. Well, it's definitely better than the first South Park episode I saw, Mr. Garrison's Fancy New Vagina. Well, this episode was definitely disrespectful to trans people. Ida doesn't seem like the same degree of caricature as Garrison was. Sure, Ida has her problems, but really, I don't think that's a reflection of the entire trans community as a whole. Whereas Garrison, it was very much clearly a caricature, as opposed to just a person. I mean, I looked at the movie Trans America a while back, and I thought that character was an asshole, but she's still decent representation. That being said, it is true to life that there is a lot of transphobia in this world, and they did kind of show that, despite the fact that this really is not at all what it's like to be trans. So, I'm gonna have to say it's a little bit better than South Park, the first one, but not as good as the other episode of South Park I reacted to, so I think I'm gonna give this episode a D. What could have worked in here if you still wanted the characters to be assholes would be if Ida were socially transitioning, just starting her social transition. That could be something important to discuss here, because really a lot of the same storyline could exist in that situation. So, yeah, I think that could have been an interesting take on it. Plus, there's an extended version of this video over on my Patreon with parts Disney doesn't want you to see. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you watch my first reaction to South Park and consider subscribing. It really means a lot and you boost this channel along.